This is my favorite Filipino food. If you're new to my channel, I am half Filipino. I was born in the Philippines. Go Navy, U.S. Navy. My dad was in the Navy. I was born in Olongapo. My first language was Tagalog. So if you're from the Philippines, seeing this, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Salamat po. Show you a little bit of it and try and figure it out. I want you to figure it out what it is. It kind of gives it away right there. Right there, there it is. But besides lechon, of course, this is my number one. This is probably number two. But it's harder to make lechon here in the States unless you're in an area like LA or somewhere where there's a big Filipino community. Out here in Eastern Washington, there's not a lot of there's Filipinos, but not a Filipino town, you know, like a Chinatown. It's more Eastern Washington, more Korean because of the Air Force. But let's go ahead and flip this camera around. It's used for camping, outdoor cooking. Love it. We're gonna go ahead and get it started. So dito, here, we have 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil. All right, and then we have onions. That's 1 large onion. You can use red, white, doesn't matter. I'm eating it. I hope you can hear me. I'm away from the. I'm using my cell phone for this, and I'm using some Jabra Bluetooth headphones. So hopefully you guys can hear me. It is windy outside, sorry. So we're going to go ahead and saute this. Next, we're going to go and put the minced garlic in. That's about 6 cloves. We want to brown the garlic, but we don't want it burnt. We got to watch out for that. So it's been about, I don't know, 8 minutes. I've been steadily just mixing this, making sure it doesn't stick and it doesn't burn. As you can see, the onions are softening and the garlic is browning, but we don't want it to burn. So now we're going to go ahead and add the pork. What I have here is 1.5 pounds of pork shoulder. You can use other parts, other meats also, not just pork. There's different types, but pork is my favorite. So just cube sized, ready to go. Go ahead and throw that in and go ahead and mix it all together. And we're just we want to brown the pork and mix everything together. Right now the pork is just picking up the flavors of the garlic and onion. The onion is slowly dissolving, that's what we want. We got 2 cups of fresh cold water. You still need to soften the meat. This is a perfect time to add 3 laurel leaves, dahon ng laurel. And I like to add pepper at this time. You can add it later, but just a little bit. Go ahead and give that a mix. We're going to add pork bouillon, 1 tablespoon, or if you got 1 pork cube. Ito. This is powdered. Lagay natin. We're going to add that. Give that a mix. It's always good to have everything prepared in advance. And basically all I'm doing outside, I'm outside on my front patio cooking. And it's just basically adding ingredients to the pot or to the wok. I'm using a wok. When the time comes, there's no cutting and chopping while I'm cooking. Everything's done in advance. All right. This is 1 cup of sugarcane vinegar, Datu Puti. But I'm only going to use about 3/4 because I want to taste it later. I don't want it too acidic. I can always add more, but I can't take away unless I add more liquid. So we'll just put 3/4 of a cup. There we go. 3/4 of a cup of, I love Datu Puti, sugar cane vinegar. Go ahead and give that a mix. Now that it's reached a boil, we're gonna go ahead and turn it down to low heat. All we do now is cover it up. We got to let the we got to tenderize, soften the meat. So we'll see you in 30-40 minutes. All right, tapos na tayo. Time is up. 30 minutes is up. Tingnan natin. Let's see what it looks like. The smell, sarap. Put that aside. Now, if you kind of notice on mine, in my recipe here, you can still see the onions. That's how I prefer it. I like chunky onions still in it. You won't see it once the final product goes in. But in the first process, when I was sauteing the onions, if you saute the onions longer, they pretty much disintegrate. But like I said, this is a personal preference. I like chunkier onions still visible in the final part. So we are getting close, folks. We are almost done. So we're gonna go ahead and add the serrano. I got 3 serrano peppers. By the way, this is as a Filipino, I think you're supposed to cook with these on. It makes the food taste better. Masarap ang kain. When you eat, you gotta eat with your hands, of course. It's harder with a stew to eat with your hands, but it's doable. So ilagay natin to. So we added the serrano. The fun part, the finale. Let's go get it. Final product, final item that we put in. Actually, no, there's one more after this. But this is the most important part. This is still closed. Pork blood. Gotta add this. It's still partially frozen. Ibukas natin. Yum. Make sure you keep mixing it as you slowly pour it in, because it might collide. I can't say that word. It'll thicken up in one spot and turn into like a little cake. So you don't want that to happen. So keep mixing. And then the last few ingredients is brown sugar. You can use white granulated sugar. In fact, the last one I made turned out just fine with white granulated sugar. This time I thought I'd change it up. I'm using brown sugar. And it's about 2 tablespoons, I believe. And then, of course, we're going to finish this off with a little more pepper. We'll taste it, of course, and add salt. So salt, pepper, brown sugar. Go ahead and give it a taste. It's thickening up. The longer you cook it, the thicker it's going to get. And, of course, if it sits overnight. Set up. It looks like. Ay nako, sarap. If you think it's not vinegary, acidic enough, you could add more. I think it's just right. I don't want it sweet, so I'm not going to add any more brown sugar. 2 tablespoons was just about right. I'm not going to add any salt. Season it to your liking. I'm trying to stay away from salt. So, well, this is done, folks. I am starving. Let's go get some rice. I'm gonna leave this right here. Just put it on low, let it thicken up a little more. Got some fresh steamed rice. Let's go ahead and give this a mix. Oh my goodness, I haven't had this for about a month. You can take the serrano pepper out or eat it, of course, your choice. Look at that. Ooh, I'm making a mess. I'm starving. I'm making a mess on the plate. I'm sorry. Nakaupo na ako. I'm sitting down. Check it out. I gotta enjoy this. Can you see that? I'm trying to get this in focus. Here you go. Look at that, folks. So, and you can't see the onions. Like I said, I like it still chunky. I like the feel of the onions in the soup, in the stew. But if you cook it longer during the onion saute and garlic saute, you can even get it basically to disappear almost. But this is how I like it. Cook it however which way you want. We gotta try this. It's so easy to make and just reminds me of home. You know, I left the Philippines in '84. I was 12. And I'm 46 years old now, and I haven't been back to the Philippines to see my family that are still in the Philippines. But when I cook this, this reminds me of home. Set up. Here's the serrano. Got a little bit of heat. There goes my acid reflux. Set up. Look at that, folks. Set up. Don't eat the laurel leaves, the bay leaves. Look at that. Well, that's it, folks. I'm going to eat this all. I'm not going to lie. You guys take it easy. I'm going to be right here.